Okay guys, welcome back, and we got the buggy 100% in this video. Well, like 92% in this video. We actually got it all the way assembled, tested the transmission out, brought it to Hot Springs, steering broke at Hot Springs, and now we're back in the shop redoing the RAM. So anyways, all that's in this video. Check it out. Alrighty guys, so we've been waiting for these to arrive. So it's been about a week, and these are my Turbo 350 governor and pump filter screens. So I wanted these. A lot of people don't even put them back in, but I wanted these because our transmission, or my transmission, had a bunch of material and just kind of debris in it. So in case I missed it or there's more debris floating around, these will hopefully catch it before going to those two components. So anyways, I wanted those before continuing. I also started working on this and ran into some big issues. So this is the transmission to T-case mount. It also holds the coupler to go from 10 spline to 27 spline. So the Turbo 350 is a 27 spline. However, ran into huge issues. So here's our bearing that goes on the input shaft of the T-case. It's 90 millimeters. I can't remember what they call this a 90 millimeter bearing. In standard measurement, I think it's like 4 something or 3 something. Let's see here. So standard measurement, it's looking like 3 inches, 542 thousandths or something like that. So problem is that this bearing goes on here like this, right? Goes into the T-case, and then it needs to be recessed in this mount all the way past this clip, because this surface needs to sit flush with this surface. However, you cannot machine the steel mounts to have that recess, because this is 250 thou and this is like 240 thou or something like that. So there's almost no material left once you machine this recess for this bearing to go down in there. So you can't do that. We had to order a new advanced adapter mount, and it's built out of aluminum. The whole thing's made out of aluminum, and their flanges are just 1/2 inch all the way around. It doesn't recess in here like this, so they're just 1/2 inch thick face this whole way, and that will allow us to machine in the recess so we can put this bearing down in there, and everything's good. So ran into some major issues waiting for the new one to arrive, which is also more money, and I also have to machine it when it comes in. So fun stuff. However, that's where we're at. Now I'm waiting another week probably for this aluminum version to come in. So but we have those trans filters in, so let's go ahead and pop these in and continue our transmission install. Alrighty guys, well that is the transmission reassembled. So I did my best. I even used torque wrenches, which is how you know I did my best. And we will see what happens when I get it installed. We're at a pretty big stopping point though, because this bearing is still not recessed into there, and I don't have my new one yet. So still waiting on the new one to come in, which may be a few days, and then still I either have to find a CNC that I can put it on, locate the center of this, and then bore it out so that bearing falls inside of the new aluminum one, not this particular one, but the aluminum one. So anyways, we're on hold. Okay, I'm not sure if I captured this or mentioned it, but I did clean this whole chassis up best I could. Everything is looking real shiny down in there. So everything is clean on the chassis. It's been a couple days. Actually, it's been a couple weeks, but I finally got this figured out. So I was able to machine this one. I actually knocked this out myself, put it on the VF4, and was able to machine in a 90mm bearing recess into this one and still have a lot of meat left over. And I did get the correct gasket. This is a 90mm gasket. So everything is good there except for this. This is the coupler. Advanced Adapters sold me, it's a 27 spline to 10 spline, and it's perfect. However, they did supply a seal that goes up in there. So it's a seal similar to this, just the correct size for inside of there. And I sent it to heaven. I thought it kind of recessed down in there a little bit more than it did, and I crushed it. And I don't want any fluid leaking between the transfer case and the transmission, so I have ordered a new seal. However, the couple that I ordered never showed up, and now I'm on like the third one I've tried to order off of eBay and online and whatever I can to try to get one in. However, it looks like it is going to be arriving tomorrow, so I need to get back on this thing. The next thing we need to do is get my Holley fuel mat to fit down in here, and this is cracked here, and I just want to inspect the rest of it just to make sure no other cracks are on there. And additionally, I'm going to try to put some heat shield, what do you call that, like the stick-on Dynamat, I think it's called, or heat resistant, whatever, on the outside of this thing. So I'm going to cut this lid off. We'll get that Holley fuel mat down in there, mounted, fix this weld, plumb it, and then this tank will be done. All right, so that's what I figured out. This kind of rests in this area. That's my return. That's that one right there. So when this lid gets welded on, I'll screw this onto it. I don't want to screw it on before I weld it on because I don't want it to melt any of the rubber. So I found this old clamp, just like a, I think it's an Evo Energy clamp, and I just kind of bent it and modified it so it could hold this rubber hose there and grip onto this. So I think that worked out pretty stinking good, and yeah, this looks perfect. So last thing to do is going to be weld this on, and this is probably going to be the worst part about it. So not the best aluminum welder, but I'll do my best. It's installed. winner chicken dinner. So it went back together pretty good. Getting that T-case and trans lined up was a little tricky, but it's in there. Clearance, everything's good. Motor mounts are, I just got to tighten up the main bolt, but motor mounts are on. Really, it's just start putting stuff back on there and then hooking up a little bit of wiring. So I'll just start grabbing parts and chucking out. I have to do the torque converter bolts too. I probably should do that before I forget, because that sounds like something I would forget. So I will do that first thing and then start putting the intake back on, start hooking up wiring, routing wiring, and then all the accessories, winch. I'll probably take care of the whole front end. And then I'll probably wait on some of this just because I don't know where I'm going to put that trans cooler yet. So I will do the interior last. But check that out. Pretty pumped. So time to reassemble and then see if it moves. So I was trying to figure out how to do the transmission lines and use like my old style cooler, get a new cooler, and I got a new cooler. So this is a D-rail twin fan, big old thick like 2-inch cooler on this thing. So, and I'm super stoked at where it's located and where I was able to get it mounted. So it is actually plumbed, hooked up, and everything right there. So I am pumped about that. I think it'll definitely, instead of sucking in all the hot air that's coming off the fans, you know, it'll be sucking in cooler air off the chassis. And I think I'm gonna drill some holes up behind here, which is behind the seat. So, but it should have enough to suck anyways. It's got, you know, a good 1/2-inch gap between the metal and the radiator on there anyways. So I think it'll be good regardless. Pretty freaking stoked how that's gonna turn out, and be, you know, it still looks good and fits just perfect right there. So happy with that, pumped. Continuing on with, I guess, transmission lines. I think I'm gonna put in the floorboards next, and honestly I might put in the trans tunnel here shortly too, and a drive shaft, and let's see if this thing will freaking move. Okay, this is always terrifying, but I got the fluids topped off, I got drive shafts in, probably gonna start it. Let's see what happens. Okay, test number 2. Here we go. Brakes.
She's covering it up. Look at her.
Alrighty, I'm gonna try to move it. Got the shifter hooked up, got some of the panels installed, not all of them. No seats yet. Pretty much just enough assembly to try and move this thing. I guess that's my first test. It moves. It also helps when my transfer case is in neutral. Oh, scared me for a minute. That's a success. I gotta take it on the road though for the real success mission, or the voyage, maiden voyage. So, alrighty, that's exciting. Let's put some seats in it and get this thing ready for a test drive. Sweet. So it runs and drives and shifts really well. Just took it around the neighborhood a few times. Obviously haven't really tested anything out, but there's still some more stuff to do. I don't have seats in, I don't have harnesses in. Yeah, I got a couple things. I got a button up here, shifter cover needs to go on, few things here. Oh, engine cover, you know, just a few things here and there to get this thing back to 100%. And we're about to test it out here on Friday. So what's that, 3 days from now? We're gonna give it a rip. Jess and Shandy are coming all the way from New Mexico to come hang out and take this thing to Hot Springs, and they're bringing their buggy as well. So that's what's up. Let's get this thing back to 100% and go take it on a rip. Alrighty guys, here goes. We are at Hot Springs for the day. We got Shandy and Jess, drove out from New Mexico, my wife Michelle. We're gonna go do some riding out here at Hot Springs just for the day, just a quick trip. So he's got a new trans in his, we got a new transit transfer case over here. About to test him out.
Dude, so close. Dude, that was super freaking close. Yeah. It just slipped down in again.
Where did it fall in? It's like that top slid off that rock right there, right?
Yeah, you were going straight and all of a sudden the bottom just wanted to go down into it. This one went down into it and then you were too far the other way. driver, 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 driver. Go! Ah! That was awesome.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Life is really weird, sometimes it can be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's inside for me, but lets me really, real anxiety can throw me all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough.
Hard.
Sometimes it can be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's inside for me, but lets me really,
go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby. Wild transmission, good. Steering is not good. Takes a little bit of effort to get it to go straight. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Turn. Turn. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the rebuild on the transmission, the buggy kind of itself, and we got the steering back up and running right there. So basically the seal blew on the piston in between the two shafts on the double-ended ram. So that seal blew out and basically was bypassing fluid. So we got a PSC ram on there I've just been holding on to for a while. It's on there, steering's back up and going. We're pretty much at 100% now. So until next time, I don't know. I think November's the next trip on that one. Meanwhile, we do have another project that just rolled into the shop. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this one. This is Josh Wellesley's Angry Fab chassis buggy that's getting torn down and fully powder coated. So we got to do some fixing up here. This was all crushed down. We've already bottle jacked this back up. You'll see that on the episode of us rebuilding it. So yeah, this thing's getting torn down. We got a new trans tunnel going in. Bunch of little things here and there. Finish welding. A lot of these tabs are barely even tack welded on there, so we're gonna go through and make sure it's as good as I can get it, and we'll put some powder coat on this bad boy, so it should look brand new and pretty much the best it's ever looked here in the next few episodes on WGR Garage. So as always, guys, please like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.